Welcome back, all my addict fanatics. Today we have a special showcase. It connects me in 3 different ways, and I will explain that during the video. And it's been a video I've been wanting to do for a little while. A couple months ago I was waiting for a couple of the cards to come in. I still need a couple for this player's full run, but I figured I have enough to do it, and I want to do it really bad, and I've been wanting to do it, like I said. And I hope all you out there are having an awesome, super freaking awesome time with the holiday season. Not a lot of stress, hopefully. Not going too far in debt with kids and stuff like that. Most of you probably already have grown children, so me, 55 years old, youngest, just turned 5. So obviously things are a little hectic here, but it's really not that bad. I'm in the spirit, and that's all that matters. All right, enough of the babble. I'll see you on the flip side. All right, I'm back. I'm pretty sure all you know what you are looking at right now. It is a NERF football. This is the kind of NERF football I grew up on. I always liked the solid color. Reminded me more of a real football. But that is the start of my video tonight. I'm going to showcase a player that was near and dear to my granny. All right, let's get this show on the road. All right, the player I'm going to be featuring tonight played for the Minnesota Vikings for 15 seasons. He was born December 11th, 1938. December 11th also has a connection with me because my youngest, Sadie, her birthday is December 11th. So that's a pretty cool connection. And he was born in Monongahela, Pennsylvania. He died November 20th, 2019 in Monticello, Minnesota. It's going to be none other than FRED COX. Birth given name, Fred William Cox. And like I said, he played 15 years in the NFL. College, once again, another connection. Played for the University of Pittsburgh, my Pitt Panthers. He was drafted in 1961, 8th round NFL by the Cleveland Browns. Also in 1961, he was drafted into the AFL in the 28th round for the New York Titans. His parents owned and operated a small grocery store, still in operation today by his brother's family after 4 generations. He is the Vikings' all-time leading scorer, 1,365 points. Most field goals, Vikings' all-time leader, 282. At the time of his retirement, he was second in NFL history in scoring, only behind the great George Blanda. He was the NFL leader scoring in 1969 and 1970, one of only 11 Vikings to play in all 4 Super Bowls during the 70s. He co-invented the NERF football in 1972 with a friend and entrepreneur, John Maddox. Fred Cox's nickname was Freddie the Foot. He never missed a single game in his career, 210 consecutive regular season games, tied for 3rd in Vikings history. So he was a very efficient, very reliable NFL player. And now I am going to show some cards. All right, the first card I am going to be showing is the 1965 Philadelphia. (1966) Philadelphia. This is the only graded card I have of Mr. Cox. (1967) Philadelphia. As you can see up there, College Pittsburgh. So like I said, who hasn't owned a NERF? That's what I want to know. Pretty un-American if you ask me. Pretty not a kid if you ask me. I probably spent more time playing with the NERF football than just about any toy I've ever had in my lifetime. I played with the NERF football all the way up into my 20s. Thanksgiving, we'd all eat Thanksgiving dinners with our families, and we would go and play a game, and we named it the Turkey Bowl. And I played that all the way up into my early 20s, and until it took me longer than a week or two to recover from it. But anyway, moving on to the tops. We got a 1968. I'm going to save some time by not showing the backs on a lot of these. We have a 1969 Topps 4-in-1. As you could see, Johnny Unitas and Mel Renfro are both on this card. I didn't buy it for them. You would think I would have bought it for the Unitas. Nope. I bought it for Mr. Cox. I do not own a Vikings jersey, by the way, or I would have one on. My favorite player of all time that played for the Vikings is number 80, Chris Carter. Loved him. 1969. I always thought that was cool. You know, this card reminds me of Herman Munster to a degree. His hand stretched out like that, like it's like a Frankenstein pose. 1970 Topps. If you look at his face, if any of you have seen the movie Roadhouse, and you might not agree with me because Jen never agrees with me when I say somebody resembles somebody else. I always used to say Jordy Mercer from the Pirates resembled Jim Carrey, and even Steve Blass and those guys announcing the game would say he resembled him, and she would never agree with me. But he always reminded me of the bad guy in Roadhouse in this photo. 1971. Rough night out at the bar, I think. 1972. He just might be a little hungover, guys. But Kenny Stabler, he used to stay out all night and then come on Sunday and perform better than most players can perform sober. 1973 Topps. $1974 Topps. Nice action pose. Images on these 1974 were a little grainy, but there's a picture of the powerful leg. The 1975, opposite direction. Still a nice action pose, a little clearer than the 74. I love the 75s, and the 76s are probably two of my favorite 70s designs, as well as the 72. We are missing the 75 Record Breaker is one of the cards I need. It is hard to find centered. I just had one not that long ago. I had it on my watch page and somebody scoffed it up. With being out of work right now, I couldn't afford to spend money on myself, and I missed out on it. 1976. $1977. Love the single bar face mask. Love it. The other card I am missing is the 1977 Mexican issue. But, and the last but not least, the 1977 Wholesome. And I guess that's behind the plastic, that little dot there. It's not on the card. So with these, between the penny sleeves and the top loaders and the seal bag that I use to protect them, Triple P. Sometimes they're magnetic, staticky, and they pick up things and have to unseal them and take it out later on down the road. There you have it. Mr. Fred Cox said he ranks as the NFL's third leading all-time scorer behind George Blanda and Lou Groza with 13-16. But before his career ended, he had 1365, which moved him into second place, right behind George Blanda. Right here you could also see he holds the all-time NFL record by scoring at least 1 point in 151 straight games in 10-year span, 63 to 73. One, that tells you how good the Vikings were. And two, tells you how consistent he was. How accurate he was. He was a straight-on kicker, in case you were wondering. He did hold some records, like I said, before he retired, and they have been passed since. There you go. Last view of my Nerf football. And like I said, this is a great Christmas theme because I think there was a span for about 5 years during my teen years that I asked for a Nerf football for Christmas and got it. That was one thing I had so much use out of. I used to lay on that shag carpet I always talk about and just lay on my back and throw it up into the air and practice my catching skills and spirals and whatnot. And even when I didn't have anyone to play with in the field down the street that we used to play our games at and stuff, there was telephone poles probably about 30 to 35 yards apart in front of my house. And I would go out there on days and just practice for accuracy and spirals and whatnot. And I would put marks on the poles with chalk, or once in a while, don't tell my parents, but I would like steal some white spray paint from my parents, my dad, and I would go and I would put lines for where maybe the chest area would be on the poles. And I would go from one pole to the next and just throw the ball back and forth trying to hit that mark, and my accuracy, work on my accuracy. And it helped. It helped tremendously. And that was when I had nobody to really play with, you know. A lot of hours. I wish I kept track of all the hours I probably played with the Nerf football. The only thing I could imagine that would even come close to it, or maybe even more than, would be a wiffle ball. But let me spin this around. I'll see you on the flip side. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. It's not too often that I put on videos back to back. I still have all the comments that you guys left on my previous video that I just did, that I just loaded yesterday. And I will get around to that. It's a very hectic time of year, as you all know. I've only watched maybe 3 or 4 videos a day and left comments on their videos and try to respond to as many people as I can. But I will get back to you. I don't leave any stone unturned if it's visible or if I see it. So if I do miss your comment, let me know. I'll respond to you, no problem. Because that's a big part of why I do this too. I like the interaction. I like, you know, if you have questions, want to ask me something in a comment, I'll gladly answer it. But today is going to be back to back. 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1. So I will be posting this. It should be posted by midnight. If not, it'll definitely be posted by the morning. And today is Monday, so what better day to post NERF football Monday night if they already played. But I'm going to post this tonight, representing Monday Night Football, my youth, my memories, the Vikings, my grandmother, the Helga hat, in honor of all that. And I'll give a big shout out, and I'm not sure, Drew, I can't remember who your professional team is. I'm not sure if it's the Vikings or not, but I definitely know Rob, Commenting Collector, my pal over there. He's a big Minnesota Vikings fan, and so is Stukes, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, let me know. And if you are a Vikings fan, let me know. I will include you. Next time I make a Vikings video, you will get a shout out from me when I do a Vikings video. Send off. So, before I go, one more thing. I created a song for this video. Please stick around and listen to it. It's pretty comical. Took a lot of creativity for me anyway, writing some lyrics down. And if anybody doesn't know about Suno, that is what I use. It's an AI generated thing, but it also gives you the option to create your own lyrics, which I try to do as much of the lyrics as I possibly can. So most of the songs that you hear are probably 90% of my lyrics, and then they might add words in. And if I don't like it, I'll change some words once in a while or whatever. But they add the music and the vocals to it because obviously I can't sing. So with that being said, there's that. And then I'm probably going to put out a Christmas video. And I promise you, Drew, it is not going to be a long one. I created a song, a Christmas song. I feel it's very touching. I feel it's a beautiful song. It says a lot of how I feel about the community and what we're all about. And it's this time of the year, and I get sentimental and nostalgic. And like I said, my year anniversary is coming up on New Year's Eve, and I just want to give back to the community with some of my talents, I guess you want to say, because I do write poetry, I can write lyrics. But anyway, I wrote this song pretty much last night in about 15 minutes. Loaded it up to Suno. They added the vocals. I picked out the style, and you will hear that come Christmas Day. And like I said, Drew, I promise you, it will be a short video, probably under 5 minutes. I think the song is around 3 minutes, and if I talk a little bit or whatever, just to explain what I did for the song, that'll be it. So, all right, I think I'm done yapping. You're probably done listening to me at this point anyway. Most of you probably forward past my yapping or babbling or mumbling, whatever you want to call it. And I appreciate those who do stick around and watch my full video. Robert, Commenting Collector, you're the guy. I truly appreciate you. If anybody else watches my full video, and I don't blame you if you do forward through it. That's not why I'm saying this, but Rob, I definitely know, watches my full videos as long as they are. And I also watch everybody's full videos. That's why I can't get more than probably 5 or 6 in a day, at the most. Anyway, with all that being said, it's time to move on. I have a family to attend to. And thank you. Like I said, I appreciate you all. Everyone that comments, everyone who has subbed to me. And all those that have gone and subbed to the channels that I shout out at times. I truly appreciate it, because that to me is giving back to this community. Some people, enjoy getting as many subs as they can. Even though I'm not one to focus on that, it's a good feeling when you do get new subs. I don't keep track of the number, but I do know I'm almost at 300. I will be having a giveaway for that. So when I hit 300, you'll hear from me again with a short video about the contest, about what the giveaway will be. So enough of this. I babbled way longer than I wanted to. So for the third time, with that being said, have a super freaking awesome day. Have a super freaking holiday season. It's only a couple of days away from the magical morning of December 25th as far as kids are concerned. And I know it's about peace, y'all. Peace, you all. Let's do the wave. I don't know if let's do this. How about we just... Bye, everyone. Have a super freaking awesome night. Peace, y'all.
On the field he stood, a warrior bold, a kicker of steel, with a heart of gold. FRED COX! They called him a legend in cleats, with a thunderous foot and a crowd at his feet. But the game was just a chapter, his story ran far after. FRED COX! FRED COX! A name to resound from football fields to toy shop grounds. He kicks the ball and shakes the pre-NERF revolution. A foam for green. Winter winds howled, the goalposts loomed. He kicked through the cold, the tension consumed. But off the gridiron, his vision took flight. A soft little football for kids to ignite. No more shattered glass or broken lamps, just foam-filled joy in tiny hands.